Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I made this quick and easy card with products from Stampin' Up! I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free directions for this project on my website, and you'll be able to click the links for the products that you would like to be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see where to find all of that at the end of the video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I am using the Tea Boutique cards and envelopes. You get 20 cards and 20 envelopes, and they are all printed and scored for you, ready to go. They feature the in colors. So let me see if I can test myself. Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, and Parakeet Party. I love all 5 of these new in colors. You'll also need some basic white cardstock for this piece. This is a size that I use all the time. And so I suggest that you go ahead and cut yourself 8 pieces. If you put your cardstock vertically at 4 1/4 and cut it in half, and then cut it at 5 1/2, and cut this in half again, so it's 2 3/4. This is the size that you'll use. I call these my small layers. If you prefer to have large layers, you can also cut some of this down to 5 1/4 by 4. And I use this size a whole lot too, and I call these my large layers. And you'll want a piece of scratch paper. So you only need one of these, and I'm using framed occasions. This is not the exact flower that's on the envelopes, but it's similar. You may have another flower that you can use instead. That would be fine. I'm also going to be using this new masking paper. This is a fairly thin paper that has a backing on it, and it is adhesive. My inks are Calypso Coral and Garden Green. And these colors will work for the Tahitian Tide, but not the Orchid Oasis. It will work for the Sweet Sorbet, but not the Starry Sky, and it'll work for the Parakeet Party. If you want to do the same card with the Orchid Oasis and the Starry Sky, you want to buy Fresh Freesia and Orchid Oasis ink as well. And I'm also going to be using the 22-24 in color matte decorative dots. When it's in the package, the Sweet Sorbet is hidden, but it is there. And so you get all 5 colors, and you can see they're kind of an ombre look, and they come in 2 sizes. So we're going to stamp with the Calypso Coral, and we're going to stamp off for our first flower. So we're going to ink it up and then stamp on the scratch paper. And I have dog fur somehow on my stamp pad, so I'm going to try it again. I'm going to ink and stamp off. Then I'm going to stamp near the bottom right corner and somewhere near the upper left corner. And then I would stamp again on the masking paper and cut it out. And I have already done that, and you can see I've stamped over it. You can use this over and over again, and it's really pretty thin. I think that I have done this masking technique with sticky notes and just copy paper, but I think that this is thinner and seems to hold up maybe better than those other papers too. So I'm going to cover that first flower up, and then I'm going to stamp my leaves. And I don't really want to stamp in this direction. I want to stamp away from the center of the card. So maybe I'll stamp this way. And maybe I'll stamp this way. And as long as I have most of my stamping over that masked image, it's just fine. I can move this over to this flower and do some more stamping of leaves. And now, while this is covered up, I'm going to stamp full strength a second flower so that it overlaps the first one. And then I'm going to cover up that one and stamp some more leaves. And this time I don't want to stamp over that first light color flower. And then there's a sprig that I'm going to stamp as well, maybe this way. And then cover up my first flower again and stamp my second full strength flower here. Cover that one up. And then I'll stamp some more leaves. Maybe I'll go up this way. And a sprig. And that's called masking. This stamp set has several greetings. The stamps are not included with the circle. Those are two separate stamps. So there's a circle stamp and then Thankful We're Friends. And that's the one I'm going to be using today. Same is true. This is a hexagon stamp, and a separate stamp is Wishing You the Best Day Ever. There's also Thinking of You and To a Happy Future Ahead. And any of the greetings will be just fine for this card. Now you could layer this card with a different color underneath to give it like a little frame. You could pop it up with dimensionals, but I am keeping it simple. Maybe I'll go with the Sweet Sorbet. And so again, this is already ready to go. Just need to crease that and adhere this. I like to use our Stampin' Seal, but if you have another adhesive, it's not really critical. There you go. I keep my embellishments on these little cards in a little plastic pouch. And so I'm going to put some of the Sweet Sorbet. And I've got a little smudge over here, so I'm going to put some of the dots right there to cover up my smudge. And I don't have any of the small ones in this package, so I'm going to just go ahead and put it like that. Done. And a matching envelope. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free directions and links for the products I used. You can click individual products or the Add All to the cart. You will be able to remove products you don't need or add more products. I have lots of resources on my website. Most of them are free. It's easy to miss some of those resources or to get lost exploring. Let me take you on a quick tour. Just under the banner image are 6 links. Under Shop, you'll find links to the products from Bev, shopping strategies, my frequent shopping points, and a sampling from the clearance rack. Under Inspiration, you can link to scroll all of my projects since 2011. The products may be retired, but you may be inspired by a layout, color combination, or a technique. I have the basics, where I've written about stamps, ink and paper, cutting, adhesives, and my favorite tools. You'll find a link to Techie Tips and an easy link back to my latest post. Click on Getting Organized, and you'll find some of my resources for stamp case slips, product labels, large labels for designer series paper, and more. Case inserts for dies, embellishments, and anything I think might fit in a stamp case, including ink refills. You'll also find color tools and charts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, tabs and a quick reference for the annual catalog, and plans for toolkits. I have a video of my craft wall and more. Click on Evernote Current Products and you can learn how to share my notebook. This notebook has a note for every current product from Stampin' Up! It allows you to search by color, image, product type, word, phrase, or event, and more. I include French, German, and Dutch names and numbers when available, and the prices for all the markets. Evernote synchronizes on your phone, tablet, and/or your desktop or laptop computer, so you can look through the Stampin' Up! Catalog from anywhere, anytime. You can copy my notes for the products you own so you can find just what you're looking for. When products retire, I move them to the Retired Products Notebook, which I also share, and I host a notebook for Paper Pumpkin. Click on Sip Together and then Let's Stamp to come stamp with me or join my Sip Together team. There's also a link to learn a bit about me. The sitemap will help you navigate all these links from one page. And there are quick links along the side of my page. Shop Now takes you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see the current host code. It would be a great help to me if you use that if you are ordering less than $150. You can click on the current catalogs to page through them online. And I've got a link to a color lab to get color combinations. And then there are my links to my 5 most recent posts. Thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you soon.